K2 and you, the spirit of the Northwest.
Are you looking for a health plan designed with your lifestyle in mind? HealthNet's Diamond 15 plan offers affordable health insurance plans for individuals and families like yours that demand value for their health care dollars. And HealthNet's Diamond 15 plan includes coverage for services you won't find on most other plans, including a comprehensive network of physicians and hospitals. Call HealthNet today at 1-866-541-8922. HealthNet of Oregon, for the health nut in you.
Get your news a half hour earlier today on K2 News at 4:30.
It's Friday, May 26th, coming up live on The View. It's Fleet Week in New York City, and an entire audience full of sailors has dropped anchor at The View. Plus, X-Men The Last Stand star Halle Berry. Then, barbecue season starts this weekend. So, from tuna and veggie burgers to a delicious new spin on a classic cheeseburger, we're showing you how to fire up the best burgers you've ever grilled. And fresh from putting a smile on the faces of our troops in Iraq, funny man Jeffrey Ross is on the front line of Joy's Comedy Corner. All that and the hot topics you want to hear, coming up live on The View.
And what better way to kick off Memorial Day weekend than with an audience of men and women who have put themselves on the line to keep us safe every day. Thank you for doing that, and welcome. Sailors, Marines, and members of the Coast Guard.
I would like you to notice that I am wearing
You are
red,
wearing red.
Elizabeth is wearing blue.
Yes.
So
and I've got we're doing white. Yes, we certainly do.
Women.
And I've got a question, because there's actually sitting next to you, Bill, is Travis, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You are a Navy man, an operations specialist, which is what? What does that mean?
Essentially, we're in charge of navigation, also in charge of fighting the ship from combat.
And you're from the USS Ramage, which is based in Norfolk, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Norfolk, Virginia. Now, let me ask you, because I've always thought this, but is it true, you're walking around New York, do the women like the uniform? Is it it's a chick magnet, isn't it?
Yes, they do.
Yes. So you're married, I happen to know, Travis, so you have to be a good guy
Yes,
here.
I'm sure she's loving this right now.
Was that what attracted her to you in the first place, do you think?
I think so.
Yeah? Yeah?
Can I ask you something else? One of the things that we were reading about is things that you don't like to hear. So if somebody comes up and doesn't know what your rank is, I mean, if they say, I don't know, hello, Lieutenant, and you're not a lieutenant, are you annoyed, and how do we tell?
Actually, ma'am, the only time I've ever had anybody confuse my rank is when I went back home to Philadelphia, and I had a girl come up and ask me if I was in the Boy Scouts.
Oh.
In that outfit?
Yeah.
Not too bright. How do we tell what your rank is if we want to be polite?
Mostly by our designators on our sleeves. In the Navy, they'll have different symbols for what your rank is.
So the three of you are the same rank?
Different.
Yes,
they're the same rank.
Different stripes. Denotes a different rank. Second class is 2 stripes. Third class is 1 stripe. And first class will have 3.
Wow.
And right behind
so wait, you're first class? You're bigger than they are?
Go women. You know what's funny? My friends who are all just these strong, independent, single women, they now are just like flocking to the water this week, and they're damsels in distress, and they are so trying to find a sailor.
Well, they're all over the streets now.
Yeah,
you know,
right
I
here.
once went out with a sailor.
Oh,
Did you?
When I was in high school, his name was Brian O'Brien.
Brian O'Brien.
I think he was an ensign. And then I loved him. It was so cute, you know, and everything. And then he came to New York. I met him in Massachusetts. And
so
then
what happened?
Well, because then he came to New York, and he called me from a party he was at, and he was like, "Hello, this is Brian O'Brien," you know? And he was a little in the bag.
Oh, yeah.
So that was the end of the relationship.
That's a good story. I went out with a lot of...
That's my sailor story.
I went out with a lot of sailors.
Yeah.
Really?
And there were not a lot of sailors during the Civil War when I was there.
I thought you were referring to their yachts.
No, I really did.
I want to just remind everybody that we have representatives from the Navy and the Marines and the Coast Guard in the audience. So all of you, thank you for being here. It is a thrill to have you. And you're acting like you came here to see us, but we know the truth. You're here because Halle Berry is here, aren't you? Yeah. with it?
She was on the ship yesterday.
She was on the ship yesterday? Yeah.
Yeah, she was. Were any of you on the ship that she was on yesterday? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? You all were. That's great.
You guys entertained her before we did.
The Kearsarge, right? Yes, ma'am. Yeah, here in New York. Great.
Well, you know she's in the new X-Men movie, and she plays Storm the Mutant.
Yeah.
And it got us thinking this morning about this whole thing. The movie's kind of about fitting in and not fitting in. When you guys were kids, what did you want to fit in, or did you want to be sort of a standout person?
I didn't want to fit in. Because it's more responsibility when you fit in. When you don't, you can just kind of relax and be friends with who you want to fit in with, and, you know, you just kind of do your thing.
I was just the opposite.
Did you want to, you wanted to fit in?
Yeah, I remember that there was a school play. I was a very little girl, and it had little birds, and I was Robin Redbreast, which was a big part, and my mother made the little costume with the little red belly and so
Still
forth.
with the red, huh? Yeah.
Same outfit. And I cried. I wanted to be part of the chorus. I always wanted to.
You didn't want to be the star?
No, so we went and we told the teacher. She thought we were crazy, but she understood. Somebody else played Robin Redbreast, and I was part of the chorus. So the fact that I ended up in front of cameras is a big accident. All I wanted to do was fit in.
But now there's that shift now, too, Napoleon Dynamite. It's kind of cool not to be...
To be a nerd
cool,
or whatever
you know?
it is, yeah.
I think that's better.
I grew up in a tough neighborhood in Brooklyn, and I was interested in Bermuda shorts, and they were wearing cement shoes. But seriously, I stuck out because my outfits were wrong. In fact, I have a picture of myself, which I don't have right now, with a little sailor outfit. And yes, that's, today you reminded me, I'm having like deja vu. And I would be on the subway and I'd say, my daddy's a sailor too. Isn't that pathetic?
No wonder Brian O'Brien got drunk.
Exactly. And I grew up, I mean, my last name is Portuguese, and I was very self-conscious about it. I've told you this story.
There are a lot of Portuguese in Rhode
There
Island.
are, but they were, I mean, it was difficult. I mean, people would pick on you and the whole thing, and so I constantly denied it, because I didn't have the classic looks of somebody who's Portuguese. I was very pale, and so I kind of pretended I wasn't.
So you and I wanted to fit in.
Yeah, I guess I just didn't want to be, yeah, absolutely.
All kids want to fit in.
No, they don't.
Mostly.
No, they
Well,
don't. Some of them, Elizabeth didn't, and some of them, there's the class clown, and there's the, you know, and there's the extrovert, and there's the best dancer in the group. Not everybody wants to.
Well, the big news actually today is that Ken Lay and Jeffrey Skilling, no, they are not fitting in. The former chiefs of Enron have been convicted in what's being called the biggest corporate fraud case in our lifetime. As the Post summed it up today, only the Post can do it this way: bad lay, okay? These guys essentially they lied to their shareholders about that. We'll tell you later, Barbara, about the health of the company, and they convinced employees to continue to buy stock while they were selling theirs. Thousands of people lost their jobs and their savings, and these two may spend the rest of their lives in prison when they're sentenced September 11th. Do you think that it would be fair if they had to spend the rest of their lives?
I think it'd be fair. If they did the 45 years, I was doing the numbers, and 5,600 people lost their jobs approximately.
Right.
That's only serving 2.7 days for each person that lost their job. So I think that's fair.
You know,
I think
it's interesting when I was reading about them. Both of them took the stand, and some of the jurors said they would have been better not taking the stand, because Ken Lay argued back, and they minded the arrogance, and Skilling seemed to know so much about the company, so they said, how can he know so much and then deny it, you know, that he was involved? Right. And, you know, one of the things, having visited a lot of prisons, never been in them, only visited.
Something you have a thing for prisoners, too. Is it like sailors, or?
No, it's not quite the same, but to get back to the uniform. One of the things that's going to be so difficult for this kind of people is a kind of arrogance. Boy, you know, that goes. That's the first thing. Yeah. And then you wonder, should they have taken the stand? Are you better off not? Big question all the time.
Well, the jury is more like, they really comprised a group of people who were more like the victims of the Enron scandal. So this was not a jury of his peers, or he would have gotten off. Right. It's interesting. I mean, these are people like us who would lose. They lost $25 billion in lost revenue for shareholders. That's a lot of money.
A lot of money.
But I did still feel bad for their families and the wives and the children. It's so sad, because everybody is hurt.
And then you wonder, is there, when we talk about the prison system, and then we'll get off, is there some way of taking the knowledge that these people have? I mean, we were talking about it earlier. Yes, prison is punishment. Right. And prison is also to reform you. And maybe helps that if you ever get out of prison, you could do something better. But is there some way of taking the knowledge that they have and using it for the better good,
right,
maybe than just locking someone up forevermore.
But I mean, you say you feel bad for the family. Would you feel bad for the mob family? Because you watch The Sopranos, right? So let's say Tony goes to jail, and then Carmela has to suffer. She's kind of been complicit, if you think about it. She knew everything that he's been doing, really. I mean, these people were living on the largesse of this guy's shenanigans.
Well, that's true. That is true.
You just feel bad for the situation. You know, the kids involved.
And if they want to punish these people, they should make them homeless and let them scrounge around for food like people have to do who are really poor in this country.
They're too conniving for that. They've already figured out how to make it to the top.
Guys and ladies, isn't this a fun show? A lot of laughs? Well, you know. That's exactly what you expected. A lot of laughs, a lot of talk about sex. You came the wrong day. That was yesterday.
I'll go back to that in a second.
You have anything to say about sex?
Sex with the Enron boys?
No.
Just because his name is Ken Lay doesn't mean I like him.
I actually have a bizarre story. What would you have done if you were me? I was at a restaurant the other day and with a group of women, friends of mine, who surprised me. I didn't know they were going to, it was supposed to be lunch with one woman. So I go in there, and shortly after that, Richard Gere walks in. Oh. Yeah, I know. And then Connie Chung walks in. Nothing to do with anything, but it's interesting. That's never happened.
They walk in together.
No. Okay. No, let's not start more rumors. And then another friend of mine who also happens to be in the restaurant, she comes over to me and she says, "Happy May birthday." Now, I was born in December, but I didn't want to embarrass her. So I said, "Thank you very much." And she said it pretty loudly. And then there's somebody, and the people on the table said, "Is it your birthday?" And I said, "Well, no, but I don't know what to do." Somebody in the restaurant heard it, told the waiters. They threw this huge birthday thing for me at dessert, candles, the whole thing going about. They think Richard Gere's here for me. They think Connie Chung is here for me. Nobody's here for me. And so I went along with the whole thing. And then afterwards, somebody, I know, but what was I supposed to do?
Why?
That's great.
Because yes.
Why couldn't you have just said, "Oh, that's so sweet, Mary Jane, and that I just love it, but you know, actually, my birthday's in December."
Because I thought it might embarrass her, because she was such a big, happy May birthday. For me to say, "No, you idiot, it's December." You know, because we know each other.
You have to just go with it at that point, and you get free cake.
We did. We got free cake. But I didn't get any gifts.
If she's such a close friend, you know I hurt her feelings, why doesn't she know your real birthday?
Well, because you forget, I'm not, you're September. No, you're,
October.
October, see? Now look how close, you're September.
Mine?
Yours is the 25th of September.
She's a Libra, too.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
what does that mean?
And you're...
I'm May.
May.
This weekend.
Oh, this weekend's your birthday?
Yes, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, happy birthday.
Don't expect a cake today, because we all forgot.
No,
I'm
exactly.
lying, by the way. It's in October.
You know...
Are you right? No, her birthday is. No, I know. Your birthday is this month.
It is this weekend.
It is this month.
Do a lot of you people have pets? Anybody have a dog in the audience? Clap if you have a dog in the audience. There's an interesting story in England. Apparently in England, every day is a dog's birthday because most of the people there with their pets feed them human food. That the dogs eat better than the people do, according to this recent survey. Do you feed your animals human food?
No, dog food.
Dog food, really?
Yeah.
Out of the...
My Aunt Rose, she's had like 3 poodles. She named them all Cherie. And she couldn't come up with another name, I guess.
Yeah,
that's like George Foreman.
Yeah, Brian O'Brien. And she used to feed, they died at 6 years old, and she'd be like, "Why do they die? I fed them everything we ate," which was lasagna, you know, and all of regular Italian food, and they would die.
Well,
so
these dogs in Europe pretend to be fat, they said, the British said.
What do you feel?
I do both. Like today we had leftover chicken and Jasper got chicken. He was so he was so happy and so grateful.
What happens when Jasper needs...
well, he'll eat anything. He'll eat somebody, anything on the street.
I have a problem. Is this boring to you? Would you tell me if it were? No, you wouldn't.
What's the problem?
So I don't know whether you've
We don't know yet.
But I have the... Trust me, it will be.
All right, go ahead.
I have the world's most perfect dog. You may have heard me
Oh,
talk.
yeah, boring.
Please.
Boring with the dog and that perfect dog again.
Yeah. Okay.
What about that dog?
Just a second. So I have the world's most perfect dog named Cha-Cha. And every morning I say, "Sit and Cha-Cha." Sit and I say, "Stay and start." You're all leaving, right? You're all leaving me immediately to go to another Cha-Cha.
Go too fast.
And Cha-Cha gets a little yummy. So she's gotten to the point now she comes into my room in the morning and she goes, Yeah, yummy. Give me the yummy already. And when I guess she doesn't love me, all she loves is the yummy. I'd like to break her of the habit. How do you break her of the habit when every morning I give her a yummy?
Stop giving her a yummy.
Oh, no, but then she won't love me.
No, she needs a yummy.
She's not supposed to love you for your yummy.
But she
does now, and you're in it, Barbara.
There are a lot of people. Do you not love me? I ask you, those of you sitting up there.
Give them a yummy.
Do you not love me for my yummy? Yes. What if you love me for my yummy? There you go. I think something's wrong with you today.
Now I want you to sit and roll over, okay? We'll be right back with Halle Berry.
Two of Hollywood's hottest are hanging with the ladies. Bruce Willis and Jennifer Aniston are both taking in The View next week.
The drawing rooms of London had not prepared us for this new world. We were overcome by the very fruits and birds and trees.
Introduce yourself to the new classics from today's Ethan Allen.
The air was thick with perfume.
An unexpected marriage of simple elegance and timeless soul.
The seduction was complete.
Discover a modern take on classics. It's Ethan Allen, redefined. In stores now.
The clump stops here. New Lash Exact from CoverGirl. The breakthrough? The brush. No mess here, no clumps here. CoverGirl is changing the mascara rules. Want amazing lashes? Gotta get the tool. New Lash Exact Mascara from Easy Breezy Beautiful CoverGirl.
What if I told you one Fig Newton has more real fruit than an entire Nutri-Grain bar?
Then I'd call you a liar.
Well, what if I got 9 Supreme Court justices and your grandmother to tell you it was true?
It's got more real fruit.
Then I guess I'll take the Newton.
Fig Newtons from Nabisco.
But darling, I love you. I love you.
And I love you.
Introducing Aussie's awesome volume line with Australian ginger. Our newest way to volumize flat hair. Giving it extra body, extra bounce. Add some roux to your do.
My dad and I have been in the septic business for over 40 years. A septic system today can cost many, many thousands of dollars to replace.
Rid-X uses bacteria and enzymes to help prevent septic backups.
I've always recommended Rid-X, and I've never recommended anything else.
I never thought I'd switch toothpaste.
Can switching your toothpaste really improve the health of your teeth and gums?
I thought toothpaste was toothpaste.
Not true. Only Colgate Total fights germs for a full 12 hours to protect against plaque, gingivitis, and bad breath.
After I switched, the dentist said there was less plaque between my teeth.
My gums were healthier.
I didn't realize my teeth and gums would be that much healthier just from switching to Colgate Total.
Switch to the #1 recommended most by dentists. Colgate Total will give you a healthier mouth, guaranteed.
You should try it.
There are more than 29 million Americans without insurance who need help paying for their medicines. That's why there's the Partnership for Prescription Assistance. Through this free service, people who need help can call 1-888-4PPA now to see if they may qualify. Many get their medicines for free or nearly free, and I'm talking more than 2,500 brand name and generic medicines. Do you need help? Write down the number you see. It's your medicine. It's your life. It's your time to call.
Are you a scraper? Are you a banger? Or just a digger until you shout? Do you shake it till you can't take it? It's so hard to get the mayo out.
Introducing Best Foods Easy Out, the new non-stick, no-waste bottle designed to get every last bit of mayo out.
You can get it out with Best Foods Easy Out. You can bring out all the best.
Commercials. I got a wonderful hat from the USS Kearsarge.
Thank you.
Elizabeth.
Oh, sweet. Thanks.
We're all in the Navy now. Meredith, here we go.
Thank you.
And you will meet somebody else in a second who was on the Kearsarge, because only in a movie could someone as gorgeous as... They saluted me, by the way, when I put this on. Could someone as gorgeous as Halle Berry be called a mutant? And she's back, taking the big screen by storm in the new sequel, X-Men: The Last Stand. Please welcome Oscar-winning actress, our friend, the gorgeous Halle Berry. for us.
Sure they did.
No.
These are ladies and gentlemen, of
Yes,
course they
they
did.
are.
But you were on the ship yesterday.
I
What was
know.
it like to be surrounded by how many men were on your ship? How many?
Like 1,500 men and women, though, right?
Yeah?
But a lot more men than women.
A lot of them are here today. A lot of them are here today from the ship. That whole front row in the back, they're all here from that ship.
It was amazing. It's one of the best things, and this, I mean this, I've done it like 5 or 6 times now, gone out to,
That's what I was going to ask you, like USO stuff.
I've done it, and I've been to Bosnia, I've been all around, and it's one of the best things we do. It's all we can do as civilians is go and lend our support, and I would think if I were on a ship and I were serving, you know, my country, I would feel a little forgotten, because they're out there for, you know, 6 months at a time, I know this, and it's all we can do is go and say, hey, we've not forgotten you, and, you know, thank you for all you do. It's the best thing we can do.
And especially Memorial Day weekend,
Absolutely.
we thank all of you, and we thank all of the people fighting to protect us.
Oh, Halle, I heard you had a problem on the ship. What was the problem? What happened?
Got a little sick. Well, first, I did get proposed marriage on the ship.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know if you would approve, Barbara. I don't know.
No, I'm
She approves
always,
of nobody.
I am constantly giving Holly advice. I haven't approved of anybody. I want her to marry a nice doctor. Maybe an admiral.
Well, there were 2 doctors that treated me for my little problem.
So what happened?
Wilkinson and, yeah, there were 2.
Single? Were they single?
No, one was married for sure, because he told me.
Well, what happened to you? What was the problem?
He said his wife wouldn't like that we were in the infirmary together.
Did you throw up?
I ate some shrimp. You know, we ate on the boat, and I'm not allergic to shrimp, but I guess I am. But I didn't know
bad
it.
shrimp,
Bad
yeah.
shrimp.
Yeah.
And the funny thing was I went out, and I wanted to shake as many hands as I could, and I wanted to see as many people. So I'm shaking hands, and all of a sudden my head feels like it's on fire. And I noticed some of the guys kind of looking at me funny. And they must have been thinking, wow, up close, she is busted. Because these things started to pop up on my face. And my body started to itch and
Times all over. You need a Dramamine. Did you take something like that?
No, I went down to the infirmary and I got a big whopping shot of Benadryl. And it put me out. And then I went to sleep for 2 hours. Yeah, but it got rid of it. So that was my experience. After we said hello, and we did meet a lot of people, but I ended up in some room sleeping somewhere.
You can do everything on X-Men and you get sick on a ship.
I know, a little shrimp took me out. But it was fun until that happened. I had a great time. Everybody was wonderful.
You're in good hands, though.
I felt in such good hands right away. They took me right down there, shot me up. And
I want to talk about the movie because this is the 3rd in the series, and you play Storm, the mutant, and you control the weather. Essentially, that's what you do. We have a clip from the movie. Let's show that first. A mutant, and this is the first time you really, I mean, you've always loved the character, but you really loved it this time.
Well, because I signed up for these movies because I love the action part of it. I was a gymnast as a kid, so to get to be a part of the action and do my own stunts and, you know, get a little sick,
Have you considered taking over for Al Roker?
Yeah, I told him today, watch out for your job, buddy, because I'm coming after it.
It also struck a chord with you, I read, because I know that in the film, essentially the government finds this cure for the mutants so they can become human and fit in with everybody. And I read that you said it's been something that you've always struggled with.
Yeah, I relate. I always wanted to fit in, and that has plagued me for a good half of my life, wanting to fit in and be liked. And
what was wrong with you? I can't imagine what it was.
Exactly, and it took me about 25 years to realize nothing.
That you were perfect.
Are you over it?
Yeah.
Well, what did you think was wrong with you?
Well, I you know, being a person of color, a black little girl, grew up in a pretty much all-white environment. And I just felt like if I could just have white skin and maybe blue eyes, my life would be better.
Oh, I see.
And I wanted to be like everybody I was around. And when I realized that I couldn't, and that, you know, my white mother that does have blue eyes and blonde hair taught me who I adore, and every little girl wants to be like their mom, you know? So there were many things going on in my head that was screwing me up. And finally, that white woman taught me to love exactly who I was and that I was really okay and wonderful and as good as everybody else. And, you know, that's kid stuff. We all struggle with wanting to be liked.
That's why
and fit
this
in.
film strikes such a chord with young people.
Yeah, and I think that's why it's been so popular over the years, because everybody relates.
And people can relate to it in this film because it is an action film, but it does have that message. Now, I always tease you that I'm like your mother, and I'm always giving you advice.
You are like my mother,
Okay, darling. So when we come back, we're going to talk about your romances.
Okay.
And when married. And you can't leave, because I'm holding on to you. We'll be right back with Halle Berry.
Studies suggest that people who drink milk regularly tend to weigh less and have less body fat than those who don't. So drink 24 ounces of low-fat or fat-free milk every 24 hours as part of your reduced-calorie diet. Just one more reason milk is good for you. Milk your diet. Lose weight. For more on the science, visit 2424milk.com.
Go from outside to outstanding at the big Memorial Day weekend sale at Sears. It's all on sale, from mowers to patio sets to paints. Even Kenmore gas grills, all on sale. The big Memorial Day weekend sale at Sears.
How old am I? I'll never tell.
Lots of things can give away your age, even your teeth. So whiten yours with new Crest White Strips Renewal. The age-defying strips remove up to 20 years of your toughest stains, letting you keep your age all to yourself.
At Cordaid, you told us, for itchy skin, ordinary hydrocortisone creams don't last long enough. That became the Cordaid Challenge. Our scientists created an invisible barrier, a shield to keep the hydrocortisone locked in for 12 hours. New Cordaid Advanced. It's the longest-lasting hydrocortisone cream you can get without a prescription. People are saying, wow. Our scientists are saying, bring on the next challenge. New Cordaid Advanced. Science applied to your skin.
One hot summer morning, the townspeople awoke to discover drifts of delicious Splenda no-calorie sweetener, offering refreshing relief from the heat. Splenda tastes like sugar because it's made from sugar, so it adds just the right touch of sweetness to your favorite beverages, but without all the calories to spoil the joy. That's the magic of Splendaville.
Whenever I cook out for my old teammates, I use Grill Mate spice rubs. You just spoon them on, rub them in, and grill. I know my old buddies really appreciate the taste. Grill Mate spice rubs. Look for them in the spice aisle. From McCormick.
Isn't it interesting how much people can vary in their tastes? Even in their choice of coffee, people like what they like. So there's a range of coffees in Folgers Coffee House series, from mild breakfast blend to deep, rich gourmet supreme. The roast meter can easily guide you to the one that matches your taste. Folgers Coffee House series. Find what you love.
New Scrubbing Bubbles automatic shower cleaner is so easy. It works like this. It covers your entire shower every day, cleaning soap scum, mold, and mildew stains, which means it also works like this. Cleans a dirty shower in days, keeps a clean shower clean from day one. Same time tomorrow, ladies? New Scrubbing Bubbles automatic shower cleaner, made for your shower. S.C. Johnson, a family company.
Do you have any Three Musketeers bars?
Three Musketeers. You won't believe how light and fluffy it is. With 45% less fat, feel free to reach for one.
Three Musketeers?
Three Musketeers, a lighter way to enjoy chocolate.
For anyone who's ever looked for love.
So you're a swinger?
Yeah.
Monday, June 12th, ABC will show you the way.
How do you find the guy?
2 expert love coaches will give 4 single women the tools they need to remove their roadblocks to love.
Eye contact.
Get in their personal space.
Smiling. Show teeth. It's complicated.
ABC takes the mystery out of meeting Mr. Right. How to Get the Guy. Series premiere Monday, June 12th at 10, 9 Central, only on ABC.
Why can't you see the truth, huh? Why can't you just let her go? Because you love her.
made her choice. Now it's time we make ours. So if you're with us, then be with us.
And we are back with Halle Berry. Halle, I know
that was Hugh Jackman, by the way.
He was wonderful. We were just talking what a doll he is. Really great guy. People magazine this month named you one of the 100 most beautiful people in the world. No surprise, and I think you've had that already. Exactly, and everybody obsesses, and you may even get sick of it when people talk about it, because you are a beautiful, beautiful woman. But what's a bad day for you? Do you have them? Please, please.
Oh, okay. I just had one on the USS.
Oh, well, that's true, but that was
bad
the fog of a shrimp. I mean, maybe just wake up and go.
Did you ever have a zit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about cellulite?
Yeah.
No, come on.
Yeah, and you know what? I walk out in shorts, and the next day it's in the paper somewhere with like a magnifying glass, like Halle cellulite. Yeah.
Well, that's the bad side. You know, I know what it's like to be very beautiful. It's so difficult, isn't it? I love this girl, and she knows that, and it's true. I'm always giving her advice because somehow I don't think that she ends up with the right man. So I'm constantly saying, but now you've got a new man in your life. So should I be happy about this? Is this a good one?
I think so.
So
tell us about him.
Tell us a little bit about him.
Yeah, he's a model. I know you're not going to like that.
Approve.
I know. I knew she was going to say that.
I'm nervous to hear that. How old?
Because I want someone who's
30.
30? All right, so he has a few years as a model. Then what?
30.
Minute or two younger.
He's opening a restaurant in about 2 weeks.
He's getting better to me.
Yes, and called Cafe Fuego in St. Mark's. So he's turning, he's taking the money that he's been fortunate enough to learn. Very good to me.
Well, that's
very
good to me.
You said too soon
he's
that
a model boyfriend, Barbara.
Well, but he's good to her. I think that's the most important thing.
He's good to me.
You've said recently, you've been really honest that you want to start a family soon. Is he a person who's on that same page with you about that? Is that something that's necessary first?
You think I'm bad? You think I'm tough to talk to? Look at this one.
Wow. No, I think he would be on that same page, but certainly, it's kind of all too new to be thinking of that in this moment. But he'd certainly be up for that, I think.
But you've also said that you don't want to get married again.
No, and he doesn't either.
Really?
So, yeah, no, marriage, I want a relationship because I'm a relationship-oriented person and I want a commitment. I just no longer feel the need to do it in that traditional way.
What if you had that baby?
I don't think you have to have that traditional paper to make a baby, legitimate or feel loved and cared for and all the things that... Because many children have that and parents don't love them and don't care about, and so what does it matter?
Right.
So
I think Goldie and Kurt, who have a great relationship, and they're not married.
Susan
children. And for
me and Steve, long time.
You see? And that paper is just not as important as it used to be. It's finding a good person to do life with.
But is he going to have trouble handling the tabloids? Because you're a big star. They come after you, as you said before. They photograph you. What do you think about that? How will he handle it?
I hope he'll be okay. So far, so good.
Okay, I'm going to relax. You seem all right. I can relax.
I think I'm okay.
Yeah, I don't have to worry this week about you. All right. Well, we'll keep checking. We'll keep checking it. I heard, though, one of the things that worried me was that in X-Men, you do the most amazing stunts. I mean, we hear about Tom Cruise. I hear yours are bigger. And you did rotating something?
First, mine are not bigger than Tom Cruise.
Okay.
Let me say that. But I did the spinning because my character makes the weather. So I was the eye of a tornado, and I had to spin at like 90 miles an hour. It's lucky my head didn't fly off.
You got very sick, didn't you?
I did. Yeah. Had a little projectile vomiting.
But what I heard is that one of the men on the set wanted to clean his clothes. Maybe it was him, and it was just interesting.
That's nasty.
Yeah, I know. Well, they love you. Any part of you, they'll say.
Listen, come on anytime with us. Talk about your hives. Talk about your vomiting. I mean, we're that kind of a show.
And all these guys are like, ew.
I don't think so. I think they're more like, wow. Our thanks to Halle Berry. X-Men The Last Stand is in theaters today. When we come back, we are showing you how to grill a better burger this Memorial Day. We'll be right back.
There's an Oric store near you. Come in and take the Oric Challenge. Try any of these incredible products risk-free for 30 days, like my professional air purifier, or my trusty 8-pound Oric XL21, or my 5-pound canister, strong enough to pick up a 16-pound bowling ball. If you don't love them, you don't keep them.
Get an Oric XL Classic Upright plus canister vac and cordless iron, all for just $2.99. Only at the Oric Clean Home Center.
Looks like the secret's out. New Quaker Chewy with 90 calories. Now chewy and chocolatey, come in 90 tasty calories. It's irresistible. Keep the goodness going.
Kick off summer with a long weekend of savings at Hancock Fabrics. Save 50% on all the notions you'll need for all your summer projects. 25% on decorator fabrics, trims, and tassels. Friday, May 26th through Memorial Day, shop and save at Hancock Fabrics.
Stay tuned, we'll be right back. I needed immediate toothache relief. Thank goodness for Oragel.
Unlike pain pills that can take up to 30 minutes to work, Oragel delivers immediate relief.
And we're back.
Oragel takes the ache out of toothache immediately.
Enter the deep end of moisture. Only new Olay Ribbons Body Wash adds a ribbon of actual moisture to wrap your skin in 2 times the moisturizers. New Olay Ribbons Body Wash from Olay.
Celebrate the sun with Banana Boat, yes.
New Ultra Mist Continuous Spray has you covered. It's the ultimate way to long-lasting protection with no more mist spots. You get the color you want and the protection you need. Banana Boat, new Ultra Mist Continuous Spray.
For red eyes, Clear Eyes is genius. Unlike the leading redness remover, Clear Eyes eliminates redness and as an ingredient to moisturize. Wow. The difference is clear. Clear Eyes.
Great music speaks louder than words. Taking the Long Way, the new album from the biggest selling female group in history, the Dixie Chicks. Featuring Not Ready to Make Nice and Everybody Knows. Dixie Chicks, Taking the Long Way, in stores and online now.
Everybody knows. I'm with Lieutenant J.G. Tabitha Edwards.
Grilling a better burger when the view returns on ABC.
All right.
When viewers watch, they get the chance to get in from the beginning.
I work at ABC Daytime. That's so great.
I started watching shows with my mom.
My husband. My friends.
My sisters.
The girls in my sorority.
Grandma.
ABC Daytime rocks. If you haven't watched in a few years or you're new to the show, Memorial Day is a great way to get caught up.
ABC Daytime, you don't want to miss out.
This Memorial Day,
Start a new tradition.
we're having a viewing party. We're going to barbecue and watch the shows.
Share all my children.
One life to live.
And General Hospital with the people in your lives. We will.
Only on ABC.
Bringing Northwest color into your home is as easy as opening a can of Miller Paint. Miller Paint was born in the Northwest and comes in a wide range of colors, uniquely inspired by the Northwest landscape. Easier yet, when you visit your Miller Paint store, you get friendly, expert advice that leads to picture-perfect results every time. If you can picture it, you can paint it. Miller Paint, our paint.
Are you looking for a health plan designed with your lifestyle in mind? HealthNet's Diamond 15 plan offers affordable health insurance plans for individuals and families like yours that demand value for their healthcare dollars. And HealthNet's Diamond 15 plan includes coverage for services you won't find on most other plans, including a comprehensive network of physicians and hospitals. Call HealthNet today at 1-866-541-8922. HealthNet of Oregon, for the health nut in you.
Here at Farmington Gardens, we're growing acres of plants for you.
May come with one plant in mind, but I may leave with that one and another one.
And another one, and another one.
Thousands of varieties of gorgeous flowers, shrubs, and trees grown here in our Northwest soil. So when you get them home, they'll thrive.
A couple days ago, a friend came over and she had never seen our yard. So she steps into the backyard and she said, "You've created a paradise here."
Grow the garden of your dreams. Just a short drive out Farmington Road in Aloha. Farmington Gardens, we're growing for you.
The hot rod riding husband of Sandra Bullock, Jesse James. Next, all new Martha.
Barbecue season starts this weekend, so today we're finding out how to wow your guests with the best burgers you've ever grilled from the man known as the Professor of Barbecue, Stephen Reichland. Welcome, Stephen. Good to have you here. Now, before we get started, we've actually invited 2 tasting samplers here for Fleet Week. Please welcome from Alton, Illinois, the United States Navy, Petty Officer 2nd Class Milton Campbell, and from Ottoville, Ohio, the United States Marine Corps, Lance Corporal Barry Eichholt. Welcome. Yeah, let's give them a round of applause. First of all, you guys hungry? Okay, excellent. Let's get started. This first burger you're saying, and you do all sorts of new twists, is inside out.
Inside out
how you do
cheeseburger.
this.
Now, here's the idea. This is a mixture of butter and blue cheese. And I have folded the mixture inside the burger. Why is that?
Why?
Well, you know, today you really need to cook a burger all the way through for food safety. And when you do, it tends to dry out. So by putting the butter and cheese inside, it keeps the burger moist, even if it's well done.
Oh, that looks good.
Okay, seasoning is really simple, just coarse salt, freshly ground black pepper. Tasters, are you ready?
Yes.
Inside out cheeseburger. There are
it's a good day
toothpicks,
here,
so be
Burgerville.
careful.
What other cheeses can you use? Can you do anything you want with that?
Any cheese you want, Roquefort, Gorgonzola. Good. I'm going to let you set that down. Okay. Moving down now, a burger that's near and dear to my heart.
Is it good? Wait. Is it good? Do you like it? Delicious. Oh, delicious.
All right, great.
You like your burgers inside out from now on.
Okay.
All right, it's a winner. All right,
Great.
next up, this is like barbecue heaven.
This
right
is
here.
a barbecue burger, yes, and it features barbecued ribs, because that's just come out with a rib book. So it starts with pork instead of beef.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a twist.
And to this, we're going to add some
ribs.
diced barbecued
ribs.
ribs.
Yep. Okay. Mix it in.
And about a tablespoon of your favorite barbecue rub.
Oh, really?
And then it
You
just
put the
gets
rub
mixed together,
Okay, all right.
Now, in the tradition of the South, of course, barbecue would be served not on a bun, but with white bread. So we've done white bread instead of a bun, mustard slaw, mustard sauce instead of the ketchup.
Okay,
you
let's
guys
test
ready?
it. Tell us
Very
what you
good.
think. We want honest responses here.
By the way, if you all
guys
want
like
some, don't be
barbecue?
bashful
I'll try
here,
one,
okay?
actually. I always
I'm gonna
press
spread
my
the wealth
burgers
down here.
down. Yours are very fat because I'm afraid they won't cook through if I don't press them down.
Right. Do not press your burgers down. By the way, grilling, the best way to cook a burger.
Grilling
okay?
is the best way.
Yes.
Now,
do not
but how do you
press
get
it
it
because
cooked
when
all
you
the way through?
press
Oh, I
the
always
burger
press.
down, okay,
Right.
you squeeze out all the
Do you
juices.
guys like this one?
Oh, yeah.
How's it come? How's it ranking? First or second? First one's the best
It's the
so
best.
far?
This is the best
Oh, that's the best one so far.
good.
Okay, let's move to the Mediterranean.
Okay, Mediterranean burger. Now, we don't have a monopoly on burgers in the U.S. And in fact, people eat burgers all around the world. In fact, lamb is probably more common because it's eaten in North Africa, the Middle East, the Mediterranean, and even in India. Equal parts lamb and beef. And then the flavorings are chopped onion, parsley, and the kicker here is chopped fresh mint. Okay, so that'll give you a very fresh flavor.
A lot of it? That looks like a lot of it.
These would be mixed in.
Okay.
Where do you find the ground lamb? Is that typical in most...
Ground lamb, any good butcher shop
Would
will
have
have it. Middle Eastern grocery store.
Okay, so we mix this
It's widely available. Okay. Now, these burgers are going to be served on pita bread.
Okay.
The sauce here, it's called tzatziki. It is a yogurt, a cucumber, and mint sauce.
And do you dip it or you put it in there already?
Well, there's some in there, and then there's more on the side.
Okay.
That's sort of unusual for a burger,
All right,
isn't it?
you guys want to try
It's
this?
very unusual, so here you go.
Let's not
Give
make
you
them
that.
suffer here. Let's let them eat.
You know what? I want to show you one other thing. So how do you know when a burger is done? Well, first of all, I use the poke test. Okay, I press it. It should feel firm to the touch for a burger that's cooked about 170 degrees, medium. Or you can use an instant read meat thermometer. It goes in the side
Get one of those.
And what do you want
of
to be?
the
What
burger.
temperature?
You're looking for 170 degrees,
107.
and here you go.
Okay,
Please,
well, thank
with my
you.
compliments.
Thanks, with the photo of you on it.
There you
Perfect.
go.
I love this. How do you guys like this one?
Okay.
Not a big
It's
lamb.
all right. It's hard, you know, it's hard to top the
barbecue
inside
one's
out
my
burger.
favorite so far.
Oh, the
Okay.
barbecue one. All right. Now, if you're not a meat person, and you want
We're
to do
going to
something
do a
with
fish
fish,
burger.
how do you do it?
Inspired by a Thai appetizer called Tad Mun Pla.
Okay.
It's a tuna burger. So this is sushi quality tuna, finely chopped by hand. The flavorings are garlic, ginger, hot chili peppers, basil, and cilantro. And then for a touch
And that will form a burger?
of sweetness, a little bit of sugar. And it's mixed exactly the same way.
Can you use any fish?
Ideally, you want to use a steak fish, like tuna or swordfish. I wouldn't use a flimsy fish like flounder, okay, because they would not hold together.
That'd be messy.
Okay. One point I want you to think about, and that is when you grill fish, chronic problem, it sticks to the grill. So watch what I do. I brush the outside of the burger before it goes on the grill with sesame oil. Okay, that's another Asian flavoring, and it tends to keep the burger from sticking.
Okay. You guys excited about this
Are you ready?
one?
Oh, yeah. Okay, wait a minute. I think we're right here.
Don't lie.
Great.
Come on.
You got a rough duty today.
You guys typically like fish, so this is going to be okay for you?
Tuna is the most beefy of fish. Okay, this is
We'll
not
try
like
to
the
sell it
tuna
as
I
meat.
grew up.
Yeah? Good? Still liking the inside out or the Mediterranean Greek one? Okay, jury's out on the tuna burger. You like it?
Yeah.
It's okay. And your favorite is still the Mediterranean Greek with the cheese?
Yes.
Love it. Thank you so much, Stephen. This is excellent. We have, I know you have a ton of options going from mushrooms, etc. Stephen Reichland, his new book, Klein on Ribs, Outrageous Ribs, and More Ribs, is in bookstores now, and everyone in our audience is taking home a copy. We'll be coming back with Joy's Comedy Corner. Update your burger.
Febreze eliminates odors and leaves your fabrics fresh. And to eliminate odors and freshen the air, try Febreze Air Effects.
You guys want to sit here?
I guess so.
I guess we could.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
No, just put this on here.
Need a place to sit? All Martha Stewart Everyday Garden Patio on sale. This week, only at Kmart.
If you were to put your face together all over again, what one thing would you change that would change everything? If your answer is, I change my smile, then you have only one choice, an LBI smile. LBI dentists learn the most advanced cosmetic techniques using real patients far beyond what is taught in dental schools. There's nothing like a beautiful smile, and no one like an LBI dentist to create one for you.
You can have your dream smile after all.
You've never seen anything like it. Capri Sun is doing water the way kids want it, in 3 wild fruit flavors. New Capri Sun Roaring Waters.
I try to do whatever I can to take care of my health. It's a very big part of who I am. So when I found out I had osteoporosis, I knew I had to meet it head on. Then my doctor told me about Boniva, how it helps build strong, healthy bones to prevent fractures with just 1 pill a month. And I thought, hey, I can do this. Unlike other treatments you have to take once a week, I only need Boniva once a month.
You should not take Boniva if you have low blood calcium, severe kidney disease, or cannot sit or stand for at least 60 minutes. Follow dosing instructions carefully. Stop taking Boniva and tell your doctor if you experience difficult or painful swallowing, chest pain, or severe or continuing heartburn, as these may be signs of serious upper digestive problems.
If you're as determined as I am to have strong, healthy bones, don't wait. Ask your doctor if Boniva is right for you. I'm so glad I did.
Once monthly Boniva. There's only one. Ask your doctor for a free trial offer or call 1-800-4-BONIVA.
Try Electrosol Gel Packs. An advanced gel detergent that dissolves quickly for a deep clean that makes dishes sparkle. Electrosol Gel Packs, dishwashing made for the 21st century.
Red eye's making a bad impression. There's a Visine for that.
What's wrong?
Upset about eye allergies. There's a Visine for that.
Beautiful. Move it, shake it,
Eyes dried out. There's a Visine for that. For over 40 years, Visine has been the eye expert. So no matter what your eye irritation, red, itch, dry, or even contacts, there's a Visine for that.
I am a huge bargain shopper.
Love a good bargain? Get to Big Lots now for photo frames starting at just $1. Plus, get here Sunday and Monday for 2-day-only closeout deals on all mattress sets and sofa love seat sets. Save an extra $50 off the already low closeout price. Only at Big Lots.
High winds, flooding, hard winters, even summer lightning storms. The KATU Storm Alert Weather Team keeps you ahead of severe weather in the Northwest.
The KATU Storm Alert Weather Team forecasts, tracks, and gives you the Northwest's most accurate information on severe weather.
When will it hit, and will it affect your neighborhood?
The KATU Storm Alert Weather Team gives you more live weather updates in the field and on the air.
The KATU Storm Alert Weather Team, keeping your family safe and ahead of the storm. Only on KATU News, the spirit of the Northwest.
Jeffrey Ross has spent some time, sorry, I'm going crazy here. Jeffrey Ross is such a good friend of mine, I want to make sure this is funny, okay? Jeffrey Ross spread some laughs to our troops, oh my God, in Iraq, and caught it on tape for his documentary Patriot Act. And he's telling war stories today in my comedy corner. Please welcome Jeffrey Ross, very funny. from you.
No, it's good.
I am so verklempt.
You sound great.
I don't know why. You turned me on, I guess. You spent 5 days doing stand-up in Iraq.
I did.
Tell me everything.
I was there in the beginning of the war. It was a very strange time. They didn't know if Saddam was dead, alive, or taken over for Meredith on The View.
Did you do a movie there?
I brought a video camera. I bought a $500 video camera the night before I left, just thinking I would shoot home movies. And once I got there, I realized it was like a backstage pass to the war. I got to fly around in Black Hawk helicopters. I sat on Saddam's throne.
Really?
I'm Jewish. I had a Rosh Hashanah meal with a bunch of Jewish soldiers in Saddam's palace in Tikrit.
Really?
Yeah. You know how hard it is to get bagels in Tikrit?
I'm sure that's difficult.
Yeah. And Saddam, if you're watching this right now, you're out of scotch. Sorry.
What did you learn over there? Did you learn anything really significant?
I learned don't eat out of a bag. You guys eat those MREs, right? Yeah, I thought it stood for meals ready to eat. It stands for my rectum exploded. There's a lot of guys here. I never saw this before.
I know.
This is so cool.
I'm to all these guys.
All these guys at The View. Don't ask, do tell.
What else? Where else did you go in Iraq?
I was with Drew Carey, who's a former Marine. He's a little crazy.
He is.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And the USO and him decided that they wanted to fly not just to Baghdad, but we went to Bakwaba, Fallujah, Al-Assad. I think I need a new agent because these are scary places.
Why? What's scary about them? What goes on?
Well, it's dangerous.
Dangerous.
You know,
Yeah.
I met a guy, very brave guy, who got shot with a mortar in the neck and face, was back to work the next day.
Yeah.
You know, if there's a high pollen count, I cancel. This guy was tough. And there's a lot of women in the movie.
Yeah, tell us about the women.
I met a woman named Shannon Holm, private first class. She is the first female paratrooper to win a Purple Heart in Iraq.
Wow.
And all she did was, yeah, amazing. And I interview her on camera in the movie, and she's really great, and she's very brave, and then at the end, all she did was complain that the Purple Heart didn't come with matching earrings. So go figure.
So you did this whole thing. It's great. You're a patriotic guy, aren't you?
I am. This is thank you. I am now. I didn't go there that way, but I think it changed me in that way.
Yeah.
This is the funniest movie ever to come out of Iraq. I can guarantee that. You heard of Bob Hope? I'm no hope.
But you've also gone to New Orleans for the Katrina people.
Yeah, I mean, I love supporting the troops, and I got a call one day, and a few hours' notice, I went down to New Orleans in Mississippi right after Katrina.
Yeah.
And because I was rolling with the military, I got amazing access to see what was going on down there, and I got to see the hurricane damage with my own eyes, and I got to tell you, it's not that bad.
No, it's not true. You're just kidding.
No, the streets of New Orleans were so empty, somebody asked me to show my boobs for beads. That's how bad it was.
I know you do a lot of benefits. Are you doing a benefit for them too?
No, I'm doing another. Yeah, I do a lot. Tomorrow night, I'm doing a benefit for the victims of tsunami, the sushi place on 3rd Avenue, where 3 people have died of salmonella poisoning. We gotta close this place down.
You know, since I saw you last time, you have a new girlfriend, don't you?
I do, yeah.
It's
She's
nice
great.
that you're sustaining a relationship.
Yeah, we're keeping it hot.
How long has
We're
it
keeping
been
it
now?
hot. 16 months.
So how's it going?
Last night we rented a Jewish porno movie. Yeah.
How did that go?
It's called I Don't Do That.
Tell us how it goes.
It's actually maybe you saw it. It's a sequel to Get That Thing Out of My Face, which I think was a remake of Ew. She's very cool. She's very good.
Okay.
It's a lot better than that Paris Hilton home video. Do you ever see that one?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, I've been working on this cartoon for MTV, and we really go after Paris in one of our first episodes. And, you know, I'm a big fan of the Hilton sisters, you know, and I always say, you know, isn't it ironic that 2 sluts would be named after a cheap hotel?
Okay, listen, I have to cut you off. You're so funny. Thanks for coming on the show.
For letting me
Thanks
on.
to Jeffrey Ross. Remember that name, and you can catch his new show, Where My Dog's At, on MTV2, and his documentary, Patriot Act, on Showtime. Check your local listings. We'll be right back.
You'll find something new every day at Chico's. For store locations and a catalog with a special savings certificate, call 800-880-5145 or log on to Chico's.com. Chico's is beautiful.
My allergies can get so bad, I feel like I'm in a fog. Now, I'm Claritin Clear. Claritin relieves my sneezing and itchy eyes without making me drowsy. And it's proven to make me alert and focused. That one, please. Live Claritin Clear.
Remember the mouth-watering tastes of the old farm stand? Help your kids rediscover those summer-inspired tastes with Sunny D's new orange peach and orange strawberry flavors. 2 new tastes of summer. New Sunny D blends.
With all the skin creams out there, it takes an expert to choose. My expert choice? Total Effects.
Fight 7 signs of aging with the #1 beauty editor recommended anti-aging cream, Olay Total Effects.
Call today and get your next notebook from Dell, home of America's favorite notebooks. Get this Inspiron notebook with an Intel Core Solo processor, a free 80-gigabyte hard drive upgrade, and free shipping and handling for only $6.99. It's more than just a notebook. It's a Dell.
Let's face it, with everywhere you take your hair, it thirsts for moisture. Now take your hair to a place it will thrive. The next level of care with Nexus. Therapy shampoo and humectress conditioner. Salon proven, scientifically developed. Nutrients that take your hair beyond healthy, beyond shiny, beyond beauty. Take your hair to the Nexus level with Nexus Salon Hair Care.
To hold a giant mess, use Glad Force Flex trash bags. They stretch, so you can stuff them and overstuff them. For stretchable strength, get Glad. Own King Kong on DVD today.
There are more than 29 million Americans without insurance who need help paying for their medicines. That's why there's the Partnership for Prescription Assistance. Through this free service, people who need help can call 1-888-4PPA now to see if they may qualify. Many get their medicines for free or nearly free, and I'm talking more than 2,500 brand name and generic medicines. Do you need help? Write down the number you see. It's your medicine. It's your life. It's your time to call.
Lose yourself in deliciously rich Dove ice cream, topped with a unique layer of silky smooth Dove chocolate ganache. Dove ice cream, my moment, my Dove.
An 11-year-old girl abducted in a parking lot. It shocked the country, and this family saw it on TV. Then, unbelievably, it happened to their daughter. What she did and what you can learn from her to protect your kids, you can't miss on 2020 tonight.
One night, one event, and only one word can describe it all.
Ornithorhynchus. What?
The Scripps National Spelling Bee Finals, live Thursday, 8/7 Central, only on
A, B,
C.
The View's all new on Monday, Memorial Day, with superstar Bruce Willis. Plus, we're updating your hunk's trunks with the latest styles and swimsuits. And the President Bush impersonator who had people doing a double take at the Correspondents' Dinner is having a press conference with the ladies.
And welcome back. Summer officially starts this weekend, and we're helping our audience kick it off on a sweet note. You're all getting an original Dove bar in honor of its 50th anniversary. So enjoy yourself.
I think Jeffrey Ross is very funny. We are not responsible for what he says or his opinions. In the meantime, God bless you all our servicemen and women. Have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. We love you. Take a little time, everyone, to enjoy The View.
Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan star in Freaky Friday tonight at 8/7 Central.
Lindsay Lohan gets